The title of this video is Why the Democrats Are Wrong. But here's something strange. Right now, someone else is watching this same video, frame for frame, word for word, except their title says Why the Republicans Are Wrong. Same video, opposite title. You got one of them, and which one landed on your screen turns out to be the whole point. So let me tell you how this actually got made, because that's where it gets good. When I named this, I had two options, the flattering one or the one you're looking at. One of those gets far more views than the other, and the reason why is the same reason your feed looks nothing like your neighbor's, and maybe the reason the whole country feels like it's splitting in two. Let me show you. Those two titles aren't a gimmick. They're a real choice every creator quietly makes. I could give you the title that makes you feel good, or the title that makes you click. Those are almost never the same title. And we know that now because somebody actually measured it. Every single word in a post that referred to the political other side made it 67% more likely to be shared. Not facts, not solutions. Anger. Anger is the most shareable thing humans produce. So when I picked wrong over right, I wasn't being cynical, I was being accurate. The angry version always wins. You're proof. You're here. And that's the experiment. 2 titles, 2 thumbnails, 1 video. Whichever one found you because some algorithm did the math and decided that's the one that would get a rise out of you. That isn't a trick I invented. It's the water we all swim in now. So let's look at the water. Your feed is not a window. It's a mirror that flatters you. It watched what made you stop scrolling, what made you angry enough to comment, and it learned. Then it gave you more of exactly that. So a liberal opens their feed and the world is on fire one way. A conservative opens theirs and it's on fire the other way. Same country, same day. 2 completely different realities, each one perfectly engineered to feel obvious. A man named Eli Pariser saw this coming in 2011. He gave it a name. We become so secure in our bubbles that we start accepting only information, whether it's true or not, that fits our opinions. But here's what almost everyone gets wrong about this. We talk like it's new, like Silicon Valley broke America. It didn't. We have done this before, on purpose, and it was written into the country at the founding. Rewind to the 1790s. American newspapers were not neutral. They were weapons, and the people holding them were running the government. Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton sat in the same cabinet, and each of them secretly bankrolled a newspaper whose entire job was to destroy the other one. Hamilton's side had the Gazette of the United States. Jefferson's side answered with the National Gazette, and Jefferson put its editor, Philip Freneau, on the State Department payroll. A government salary, $250 a year, to run a paper attacking the government Jefferson was part of. This wasn't one bad actor. It was both of the men we put on our money. Partisan media isn't America's disease. It's America's baby picture. And the government didn't just tolerate it, it paid for it. The Postal Act of 1792 let you mail a newspaper for a penny, while a personal letter cost up to 25 cents. The post office became a subsidized fire hose for political rage. By 1832, newspapers were 95% of the weight of all U.S. mail, and just 15% of the postage revenue. The taxpayer carried the rest. George Washington watched this happening and, on his way out the door, begged the country to stop. The baneful effects of the spirit of party. It agitates the community with ill-founded jealousies and false alarms, and kindles the animosity of one part against another. Nobody listened. Of course they didn't. The angry version always wins. So if partisan media was the default from day one, where did the calm version come from? The trustworthy anchor, the 3 channels, everyone agreeing on the basic facts? That picture is real, but it wasn't natural. It was a rule. 1949. Radio and television run on public airwaves, and there are only so many frequencies to go around. So the government strikes a bargain. You can have a broadcast license, but in exchange, you must cover the big controversial issues, and you must air both sides. They called it the Fairness Doctrine. The Supreme Court upheld it in 1969. For about 40 years, if you wanted to broadcast in America, balance was the law. That's the era people still point to as real news. It looked permanent, like it was just the natural state of things. It was an accident, a temporary patch, and it was about to come off. 1987, Reagan's FCC repeals the Fairness Doctrine. They argue cable has ended the scarcity, and forcing balance is itself a violation of free speech. Congress tries to write the rule into law. Reagan vetoes it. This type of content-based regulation by the federal government is, in my judgment, antagonistic to the freedom of expression guaranteed by the First Amendment. Whatever you think of that decision, and people still fight about it, watch what happened next. 1988, 1 year later, Rush Limbaugh goes national. Talk radio with no obligation to the other side. Pure, undiluted point of view, and it is enormous. 1996, Fox News and MSNBC launch in the same year. A channel aimed at the right, a channel aimed at the left. And notice, this is not a one-party story. The guardrail came down and both sides sprinted through the gap. The right built talk radio and Fox. The left built MSNBC. Nobody refused the new game, because the new game worked. Then the internet did the 1792 trick all over again. It made distribution nearly free, but it added one new thing the post office never had. It didn't just carry the outrage, it measured it. Every click, every furious share, fed straight back into a system whose only goal is to keep you looking. And the single most reliable way to keep you looking is to tell you the other side is wrong, which is exactly the title you clicked. So when you feel the country tearing apart and think it's never been this bad, understand what you're actually looking at. This is the second time. The founders built a partisan press and warned us about it in the same breath. We got 40 lucky years where a rule held it together. Then we took the rule away away and handed the controls to a machine that earns money every single time you're angry. So, are the Democrats wrong? Are the Republicans wrong? That was never the question. The two titles weren't a political argument. They were a demonstration. In the first 10 seconds of this video, you got sorted, flattered, and aimed, and you felt it happen. That's the whole show. Here's the good news, and it's bigger than it sounds. Noticing is the entire defense. The machine only works in the dark. The moment you can feel the tug, this headline wants me angry, this one's telling me I'm right, it loses most of its power over you. The country's not broken because the other side is evil. It's strained because, for the second time in our history, the most profitable thing you can sell an American is anger at their neighbor. We survived it the first time. We can survive it again, but only if we can see it. There's another version of this video out there, with the other side's name in the title. I'm not going to send you to it. That would kind of defeat the purpose. But you already knew which one you'd have clicked. Anyway, if watching the machine get taken apart was any use to you, the move is simple. Subscribe and like the thing. The same algorithm we just spent 10 minutes dissecting does, in fact, count that. There's a new one every week. I'll see you for the next second glance.